What up, what up? Let's get it rolling, get it rolling, get it rolling, get it rolling, get it popping up in this piece. What's good, fam? What's good with your life? You know what the vibe is over here. When you hear your family, I got you. This video, we're going to talk about when's the best time to text a girl for the first date. Now, not only the best time, which is better to use, either calling her on cell or texting, right? There's two different schools of thought on this. I'm going to give you my take. You can put your take, and I want you guys to comment your takes at the end of the video. Like, subscribe, join the tribe. Don't go away.
I pray for my homies out there. Please God, give them strength. Please God.
All right, so we're in this modern society's digital dating era where everyone's dating and everything's online, all that kind of stuff. Now, there's two schools of thought when it comes to this. Now, you can text the girl or you can call her, right? So this is a first date. You met her, you got the number, okay? Now you want to figure, okay, now when do I call her, when I text her, that kind of stuff, right? Now, generally they say, 3 days you can call her, 3 to 4 days. I think, and I did agree with that at one time, but times have changed so rapidly with the changes of infrastructure and all the communication changes and everything's so instant and gratification. Everything is a now. We're in a now era. So I think with all the options available to women, just like us, but the options they have available, there's so much, they're bombarded with so much intel, so much calling and validation seeking, a lot of simps out there. So I would cut it down. Instead of making it 3 or 4 days, I would say the first initial phone call should be 2 days, at least 2 days, right? But the idea is that you should be making an impact before she gets to leave that first initial communication. When you first talk to that person, you have to leave an impression on her. Now, if you talk to a girl and it's lukewarm conversation, there's no sexual energy fueled up, you got to call her 2 days. It's going to be the max for you. But don't call her the very next day. Do not do that. Do not call the very first day, no matter what you do. If it's going to be on the second day, it's late the second day, after 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right? You don't want to call at 9 or midnight or 10 o'clock. That's like you have nothing to do. I mean, you're out of the house theoretically by 8 o'clock at night because you're on a date. So you calling someone after 8 o'clock lets the girl kind of know that you're kind of home, or you're just getting home, or you're in for the night. So don't do that. I recommend you don't do that. Okay. So it's daytime. It's like 4. It's rush hour, right? Between 4 o'clock to 7:30, maybe 8. 8 is, I don't like 8. I like the daytime hours, 4:30 till like 6:30. Because it's like, he just got off work and he's calling me. Okay. So it gives the impression that you just got off work and you're going to go home, shower, you out the door again, right? So that's just why I'm saying, if you're going to text her, I base this on you having a strong communication a few days ago, a couple of days ago, right? And she's looking forward to hearing from you, okay? That's what I base this on. If not, you definitely can't go 4 days and all that kind of stuff. If she's really, really, really into you, right, showing strong attraction, like on a level of 8 to 9, you can probably wait till the 3rd day. But why mess up the flow? Why ruin the energy, right? If the energy is high, you want to maintain that energy high, because why? If you wait for 4 days to talk to her, it may come down a little bit. She may forget if she's smoking hot, right? You ain't the only guy trying to holler at her that day. For the rest of those past 2 or 3 days, if you don't talk to her, other guys are banging up, trying to ring up, and she already got probably guys in a rotation already. So you don't want to put yourself too far out the window, right? Out of that realm of her, remembering the nuances of your energy that y'all had in the chemistry, right? You want to keep it on a high level. You want her excited to hear from you. You want her to anticipate hearing from you again, right? So I like 2 days. It's kind of fresh, because she's expected to go 3 days. She's like, okay, probably 3 days before I hear from him again, this and that. Or either it's going to be one or the other. The very next day, right? Or the 3-day rule. She go, he's doing a 3-day rule shit. He's doing that thing. So she's going to kind of know. But if you go 2 days in the afternoon type thing, she's going to say, oh wow, this is great. Boom. Quick, short thing. But I prefer The texting, you do that, it can come off not really personable. She may not remember the energy through text that, hey, how you doing? Or what you up to? Are you staying out of trouble? Hello, little troublemaker, whatever kind of, intro you're going to make, right? Versus a phone call. You see, when you pick up the phone call and you call her, she gets to hear your voice. Boom. Hey, what's going on? Checking up, talk to you the day. We was talking, it was crazy, whatever. Whatever your thing is going to say, boom, want to holler at you, see what's going with you. Boom, hit me up. Click. Simple. 5 words. Don't make 2 sentences. 3 is the maximum in a sentence. If you're in a conversation communicating no longer than 2 seconds. 5 words is really good. 5, a nice little small chunk of words. So why? Why would you do that? See, unlike a text, with the phone, she can play it back, right? So number 2 reason is because number 2 is confidence. If you calling a woman like this, she gets the confidence. She says, this is a confident man. Most guys don't do this, especially young guys. They don't call. They always text. So if you call her, taking the time for you to call her, she's going to get the feel that this guy's confident enough. He has enough content inside here. He has enough masculine energy to call me. You're going to automatically stand out from the rest of the guys that only text. Because by texting, you may come off like a little shy, right? She may say, oh, and your words can be misinterpreted as, oh, he's a little shy, or he's an introvert, or he's not really that outgoing, right? Where if you call, she gets to hear your vibe, and if it's the same vibe as it was when you first met her, you're carrying on that same energy. You're leaving that energy on the phone. That energy is here. You're leaving that with her. So when she picks up the phone and she hears your message, she goes boom, boom, boom. Oh, wow. Oh, boom, boom. Okay. And she remembers listening to your voice. She's going to smile, remember the time when. Okay. So that builds more rapport. The texting don't do that. The texting is just, oh, okay. And she's back to what she was doing. That's probably the 4th text in a row she read from people. Whereas the voice is different. And not only that, the voice will help you run game. It runs the game for you if she likes you. She's going to want to hear from you, hear your voice again. She's not going to call you. She's going to play back the messages over and over again. The more she plays, the more you're becoming part of her memory. You're on her mind a little bit. If you're on her mind, she's thinking about you, she's starting to like you. She's liking you more and more, right? Let that run for you. This is the benefit of it, right? And if she really likes you, when that like you will call you back. It's a good way to weed out the ones that just read your text and I'll get it later or whatever. The ones that actually give a voice message, if she wants to hear your voice, hear more of you, want more of you, she's going to be compelled to call you back. And she knows you'll answer the phone, right? So that's a benefit. Emotional content, like I said before, she can hear your phone, you make a phone call, right? If you're texting her, send her whatever, she doesn't get the emotional triggers. Say she had a bad day at work, right? It can change her mood, right? We want to shift her mood and get her into her feelings. So when you're making that phone call, her checking your messages throughout the day, she has a bad day at work or whatever, it can change. She can become attached, right, to the feeling that you've given her on that phone. So emotionally, she can be triggered emotionally by the phone call. She cannot be triggered emotionally by the text. She can look at it and go, oh, that's kind of funny. But it doesn't have the weight of your voice saying, oh, she'll play it back. Maybe she's at work and somebody's stressing her out and she goes on lunch break and she goes to her messages or whatever and yours is in there too. She goes, oh, and she puts it in, she plays it. It keeps her remembering, like I said before, it keeps her remembering who you are, right? It brings out the part of you that she don't have to ask about. She gets familiar with this part, right? This part she gets familiar with. Next one, intel. Her intel, when she does research, women are like scout masters. When they're looking for the type of guy she's going to put you in a category, right? Based on your personality. All the things I just said that trickles down from 1 through 4 leads to this. Your personality. 4 is going to be your personality. It all comes together. The fact that you called her, what you said when you called her, you're keeping the chemistry alive. You don't need to keep calling her. It's doing the work for you. So when you call her for a date, she already knows you already. She's set up because she's familiar. Okay? But while she's doing that, she's going to try to figure out your personality. This is why, and when her friends ask her, she tells her friends about you, because she will, she'll say, I met this guy, this and that. Listen what he said. Listen what he said. And she plays it back. But no. She's going to want to analyze your personality so she can be ready to actually to be able to seduce, right? This is one of the things they do to seduce, herself in the ways that it's going to match your personality if she doesn't do it already, right? If you have chemistry already, think about this. If you already have chemistry, right, and she likes you, right, she may want to keep that going. How do I bring this guy in more? Because don't forget, you like her, she obviously likes you, right? And if she didn't like you, say she saw you as a 6, right, on an attraction scale, the fact that you called her and left her a voice message, right, and she's been playing it now for 2 days, maybe 3 days, every time she's playing it over and over again, 3 or 4 times, women do this shit that y'all don't know about this. Women are playing over and over again. They'll go with their friends and they all be listening to it. Oh, he sounds cute. She gets an idea and analysis from her friends, which will give you social proof with her friends. You see how that works? This stuff, I'm telling you, man, if you just do like I'm telling you, especially you young guys. Oh, just do like I'm telling you, man. You kill the game, man. Kill the game, man. I did all right, but I'm just saying, man, now with the phone. Listen, they're just and they're waiting for guys to do the right thing, man. That's what I'm saying. You just go through my stuff, because this right here, you're gonna stand out. How many guys are calling her on the phone? Maybe 5 out of the 20 guys she's got, the 10 guys that text her. Internet, the Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you name it. They're all trying to reach out to her, right? Whatever platform she's on, they're reaching out. There's 100 guys a day. There's 5 platforms, there's 500 guys, okay? It's not going to get phone calls from all those 500 guys. 1%. 1%, right? 1%. Doesn't matter if she calls you back or not. Doesn't matter, because now you sent that phone message off to run game for you. It's working for you. It's sitting on her phone, and she can go to any time and play it and look at it and play it and look at it. You can look at that as opposed to someone else's text over and over again, because after a while she doesn't know whose text gave me what. I don't know whose what is what, but that voice is going to be different. It's going to be your personal phone call, your personal calling card. Pun intended, right? So that's what you're doing. And when she gets after the response from her friends, when they go, oh, he sounds cute. That was nice. He called you? Yeah, wow. They don't call me like that. Now she's realizing, oh, snap. Really? Wait a minute. Because most of her friends won't be getting a guy that's calling, saying, hey, what's good? What's up with you? Right? They're getting texts. Non-personal. That's cold, right? Okay, she wants the calls give warm feelings, right? Next one. Lastly, and 5, that phone call, you can do anything with that phone call. That message you call her, it could be a flirty message, which will build and create escalation. Predicated, like I said, this is based on having a good chemistry and you locking down a minute or so with her one-on-one in the beginning interaction when you first started talking. She took out the time to take that 30 seconds, that 60 seconds with you and really establish a good little chemistry thing going, all right, I'm going to make sure, you let her know I'm going to holler at you, be prepared, for whatever you say. And she concurs, she agrees, she gives you that approval, like, all right, and she's game, right? That's chemistry. And then when she goes away, she's still looking, right? She's looking back. smiling or waving on the way out. That kind of chemistry. So if that happened, then the phone message, when you message her with the phone, that'll continue. She'll remember the last thing. She'll remember the last thought in her head was how you made her feel. People forget what you say, but they never forget how you make them feel. Okay? Women know this very too well. That's why when women talk to other women and you go, well, look at her. She doesn't have her clothes together. Women won't say much about that. They'll look and go, no, she's trying. Because they understand the power of the words. Women understand power of the words. We got men, we don't. The smooth guys do, but most guys don't. 99% of guys don't understand. They don't get it, right? Because women, that's why women don't say stuff like that about other women. Even though they know it. Look at her, the dress is out. Look, she got her ass out. Look, the whole thing is blowing. Look at the wing, God. You see that? No, that's natural. That's nature. It's not really. You're like, what? Her whole ass is out. Cheek is out like this. That's one cheek. You don't see that. They won't concur. They'll back. That's one thing they'll do. They'll cheat on the man, but they won't say. They won't say. They'll do. But that's the feminine intelligence, right? That's that internal, right? That's the intuition. It pulls them stops them from doing that because the words are powerful, right? This is deeper than that, but I won't get into that. But listen, guys, the idea here is to at least do the voice thing. Don't keep doing it. Do it once, let it rock. She don't call you back. She never texts you back again. Leave it. This is protocol for you. This is training. You do this, you move on, you wash, rinse, repeat. Don't worry about that. Let that go. You go to the next, because the person that responds back to you wants to hear your voice. It's to your voice. This is actually you, right? This is your brand, right? This is your sounding board, right? Hey, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. I saw you with so-and-so, good talking to you, whatever. Move some things further along, you send it. Boom. She'll either be excited or she won't. She'll call you back or she won't. Just show her friends or she won't. Either way, you'll get your answers. Because a regular text, you're just in with everybody else in the bunch, right? So, like, subscribe, comment below. When you hear your family, you know I got you. Excel and